A dream bathroom's not only real, it's possible during the Home Depot Days of Doing bath event with new low prices on Moen and Pfister faucets. Vanities from as little as $159. Plus, get up to 40% off all online bath essentials, as well as free delivery for online vanities. So stop dreaming. Restore your space with savings on top brands at homedepot.com/bath. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid through September 27th, U.S. only.
The following is a sports presentation of the Pottsville Broadcasting Company and T102 Radio.
That's it. Day you've been waiting for.
This is your game now, Devin.
This is your
There's
time.
3 seniors.
This game is 48 minutes.
He started with 5.
For the next 48 years of your life.
It's your turn.
On this team, we fight.
With every ounce of blood you've got in your body, lay it on the line until the final whistle blows.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.
No one, and I mean no one, comes into our house and pushes us around.
And now it's time for the pageantry of high school football in the coal regions on your live local sports leader T102 and streaming at T102radio.com.
Tonight's matchup between the Shenandoah Valley Blue Devils and Marian Colts may not be the flashiest, but it sure will be one of the most competitive. Each team is searching for their first W of the season. For the Colts, their last win came against the Blue Devils in a defensive struggle a year ago that ended 8-7. Shenandoah Valley is looking to find a W for the first time in 30 games. This year, each team has a talented newcomer piloting their offenses, with Owen Kosar taking the reins for the Blue Devils and Julian Cerullo showing upside for the Colts. It's been the passing game in the early season for the Blue Devils that has been productive, while the Colts have been more balanced, with Xavier Ocasio pacing the running game. Something's got to give tonight. Will the Colts corral come to life for Stan DeCosti's return to the sideline, or will the Devils pitchfork fly to make history in the land of 4-6-2? It's time to shine as Marian is at Shenandoah Valley next on T102 Sports.
The T102 High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by the following community-minded sponsors. Black Rock Truck and Equipment. We focus on one customer at a time. You. Joe Ferrer's Automotive. Get world-class repairs by a world-class technician. Daywalt and Legal Hardware Incorporated, Schuylkill County's Harmon Stove headquarters. Mac Tools, they're not just tools, they're Mac Tools. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner. TV Landscaping Supply, make your property the all-star in your neighborhood. HB Steel & Sons Oil Company, providing year-round comfort since 1947. The Burke Schuylkill Oil Heat Association, modern oil heat, warm, safe, and reliable. Aaron's Sale and Lease, trust Chet and find the big score. CACL Financial, you won't find a better fiduciary relationship anywhere. Easy rent to own. Bad credit, no problem. Everyone's approved. OIP Pottsville, where the food is flame smoking good. Wiener Iron and Metal Incorporated, recycling for our future. Phoenix Physical Therapy. At Phoenix, you can recover, recharge, and rise. Rinaldi Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram. Drive happy. Vito Rinaldi Chevrolet. Check out the all-star lineup on the Gold Star Highway. Adelphia Seafood. There's fresh and there's Adelphia Fresh. Fish and seafood so fresh, you'll swear it was just reeled in. Reynolds Consumer Products. We create products people love. The T102 High School Football Game of the Week is also made possible by the following local businesses.
MI Windows and Doors, the clear choice. There's a lot goes on behind their windows. Sunbury Motor Company, SMC is where you want to be. Shoestack's Welding and Hydraulic Hose, the area's largest supplier of custom hydraulic hoses and fittings, welding supplies, and the area's premier provider of line boring services. Shenandoah Senior Living Community. Shenandoah Senior Living. Compassionate care, comprehensive rehabilitation with skilled nursing, personal care, and promoting independent living. Service Electric Cablevision. You bundle, you save. It's that simple. The Mahanoy City Food Store, your home for Surefine products and institution in Mahanoy City. And Hometown Nursing and Rehabilitation. Your loved one can be cared for like they're at home. Let's head to Shenandoah Valley as the Blue Devils entertain the Marian Colts. Here's John Powers and Chaz Hepler.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Shenandoah Valley High School tonight. The Berg Schuylkill Oil Heat Association pregame show on the air. And they'd like to remind all high school football fans to enjoy the weather outside, but stay warm and cozy inside this heating season. Contact one of their member dealers for the best in home heating comfort. Remember, each member dealer is a local full-service company with roots in our community. And, John, speaking of community, still a little eerie walking into stadiums with not a whole bunch of people in tow, concession stands not available, the 6 different soups you're accustomed to finding here at Shenandoah Valley not in attendance either. But here we are as Marian and Shenandoah about to do battle. And, you know, he said it there in the open. This is probably the most competitive game of the night.
It absolutely is, Chaz. And that's all kids are looking for, a competition. We've heard it so often this year. We just want to play. We just want to play. Truth of the matter is, that's what kids want to do. And I know coaches want their kids to get into it. But, boy, what a matchup you talk about. It was a 9-8 game last year with Marian coming out ahead in that game. Shenandoah looking to end that long losing streak. Marian trying to return to the respectability that they had for so many years. I will tell you one thing about these squads. Talking to both coaches, looking at everything about them, there's something going on here with the kids. You look at the Marian Colts, 7 seniors and 14 freshmen on the roster. You look at Shenandoah Blue Devils, 3 seniors, 11 freshmen. So you know what that means, and I'll say it tactfully. You got a lot of kids on the field that have a lot of urine and vinegar going tonight. That's tactful. These young kids want to play. They want to prove themselves. They want to bring the program back.
You know, before we go any further talking about that, we also have to welcome everybody watching the stream tonight on Skook News, on Facebook, also skooknews.com. And, you know, there was a lot of bugs to be worked out last week working with Justin and his crew for the first time. We saw some different commentary coming through that you and I were not privy to while the game was going on. And, folks, remember, yes, it is the first endeavor was last week. I think we've worked some of these kinks out. 2, Skook News is allowed to play our commercial feeds. I know people get concerned when it goes to silence when it's commercial time. That's because we really don't think it would be fair for you guys to hear what JP and I talk about with our studio engineer, Mark Michaels. It has absolutely zero to do with our commercials. So we can't feed it all. We can feed what we can, but, boy, it would be certainly comedic gold if they could hear what we say during timeouts. But
I've heard some people say that when we are on the air, when we're not saying it on the side. You say working out kinks. We're getting closer to Justin. In fact, we're all sitting on each other's laps during the second time we meet with this guy. So it's getting a lot more familiar here in the booth.
It certainly is. But, John, you know, we had the opportunity to catch up with Ed Moran, the new boss here in town in Shenandoah Valley. And it was interesting, his track. Very excited guy, though, huh?
Absolutely ran into him coming in, and that it oozes out of him. I love to use that word when you talk about these coaches, that no matter what the situation, they want their kids to get better week by week, and you could see he's gnawing at the bit to get that losing streak.
He sure is gutsy to question my picks, though, already. You know, that started right off the bat.
We almost didn't get in.
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to have to think about that when we're on the road.
But you got to talk to Ed, and let's hear what the boss of Shenandoah Valley has to say coming into tonight's ball game.
Okay, we welcome Ed Moran to the show tonight, the lead guy for the Shenandoah Blue Devils. Ed, first year, first of all, welcome aboard. You took on quite a challenge. Tell us basically what got you back into it, Ed, and where you are now with this young Blue Devils team.
Basically, frankly, Shenandoah was a job that I kind of had my eye on the last year, because it's a community that still has a lot of pride. Has a lot of pride in their football program, and that was definitely something that drew me to the position. You know, having played for Minersville back in the '90s, I remember those dominant Shenandoah teams, and you know that was something that I remembered. And I looked at Shenandoah, that the community still has a lot of pride, and even though they haven't had a lot of success, it's a town that really wants to have success and be a football town, and that was something that that really drew me to the position. Looking at this year, one of the things that I love about our team, and one of the things that I take a lot of pride in our team about is our kids have a lot of character.
Yeah, I do.
It's easy to show up for football practice when you're winning games, but success over the last couple of years, the fact that our kids show up every day and that they want to get better and they're striving, that shows a lot of character in our kids. So,
well, I'm glad you said that, Ed, because a lot of people miss that point of it. They look at only wins and losses, but the character of your team, how they stick together as a team. Well, you go into this season, closest game last year, which you were not involved with, was with the Marian Colts, but this has always been a big rivalry. Talk about the game and talk about going up against Stan.
Well, our kids are excited for this game. Last year was a close game. It was 9-8, and they felt last year they could have won the game. And one of the things we've tried to stress to them this year is we've asked them, are we 2 points better than last year? And our kids have said, yes, we are. They've been working harder this year. We have some really nice skill positions on the team. We have a quarterback in Owen Kozar, who, by the time he's done, could be one of the better quarterbacks in the county. And we have a receiver in Joey Vasis that they're a dynamic tandem. Our kids look at this Marian game as a game that they want to get vengeance for last year. So they're really excited and they're up play. We've had great enthusiasm all week for the kids to play Marian. As a first-year head coach going up against a legend like Coach DeCoste, it's a challenge. It's something that I look forward to. Hopefully tomorrow night we're on the winning side of it. He's had a lot of opponents that weren't on the winning side against him, but he's someone that I greatly respect, not only for his coaching record, but also for what he's done for kids around the county and football players in Schuylkill County. I have a lot of admiration for him, but we're lining up to beat them tomorrow night.
Well, absolutely. Well, Ed, you guys have had a tough time line of scrimmage. You're giving up a lot of rushing yards. You're not gaining a lot on the ground. Talk about how you got to get your offensive line and defensive line to step up to get those numbers a little bit closer with some of these opponents?
That's a great question. First off, I don't think a lot of people realize we're one of the few teams in the area that on our schedule this year, after the revised schedules, we have 3 District 11 champions on our schedule. We faced Tamaqua, which was the AAA District 11 champion, I believe, our first game. Then we played Williams Valley, which was the single-A District 11 champion. At the end of the year, we have Monoy, who was the AA. So, our first 2 weeks, schedule-wise, for building our program were big challenges for us. Tamaqua was very physical up front. Williams Valley had a lot of, and they both gave us problems. We struggled. One of the things for this week, going against Marian, is we have our 2 starting guards back. Last week we were missing both our starting guards. The first week, we were missing one of our starting guards, and one of those kids is Jason Miglaccio, a 6'5", 290 kid. Plug him in your offensive line, and he makes any offensive line across the county better. He can be a dominant force on offense and defense. He's the senior, and the last couple of years he's been a good player for Shenandoah. He's kind of gotten lost in some of the lack of success they've had, but he can be a dominant physical force for us. And we're really excited to get him back in the lineup. He played in our scrimmage and then has been out the last 2 weeks with an injury. So, we're excited to have him back. We also get Lucas Zielinski back at the other guard. And that's something that we hope will solidify our offensive line and help us get some of that push up front that we've been lacking the last 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks we had to play a lot of young underclassmen. Some of the offensive linemen have never played before. That's one of the things that as a small school coach you have to make work. Unfortunately, it didn't work too well for us the last 2 weeks. We didn't have a whole lot of rushing on. But, those kids got experience and they'll make us better, down the road. But we're really excited to have those 2 guards back, and we're hoping that that'll help solidify our run game and get Brian Dunn running downhill.
Well, lastly, Ed, you already brought up the names. The Kosar to Vivacis has been terrific. Kosar throwing for 158 yards, a touchdown. Vivasas catching 9 of those for 148 yards. That will cause some defensive backfields a little bit of trouble as you move along.
Owen's an excellent athlete. You know, he plays shortstop on the baseball team. He's the leader of the basketball team. He's a tremendous basketball player. So coming into this year with COVID, it was kind of funny. I actually didn't get to see Owen pro until July. So that was a little nerve-wracking as a head coach when everybody's telling you, yeah, you have a kid that could be our quarterback, and you didn't get to see him throw it until July because he was playing baseball in the spring and basketball in the winter. But he's an extreme athlete. You know, he's very athletic. He throws the ball very well. He's picked up the footwork that we've taught him. He's really made nice progress. When he has time to throw, he can throw with anybody in the area. And Joey Vivasas, last year he played a little bit of running back for Shenandoah. This year we moved him to a slot receiver to try and use some of his athleticism. He's definitely excelled as a receiver. One of the great things about Joey is he's not big in stature, but he high points the football. So, you know, we throw the ball down the field to him, and he goes up and gets it even against that bigger defenders. So, you know, they are a dynamic duo. We're excited to have them this year, and we'll also have them back next year. Both of them are juniors. So, you know, that's one of the bright spots in our first 2 games, and 2 kids that we hope will carry us throughout the rest of the year as our schedule gets a little more competitive.
Well, you talked about a bright spot. You just mentioned you went from COVID to Kosar, so hopefully he has a good game, and good luck against those Marian Colts.
Thank you very much.
Well, John, very excitable at Marian. And, you know, it's interesting how he talks about kids coming back after injury, getting the start tonight. He also talks about, though, looking at his personnel now and saying they come back next year. So we're excited about that as well.
The great coaches talk about programs, not years or a particular year. And that is your goal as a coach. Number one, to get more kids out as you start to experience a little bit more success. And with that, it'll bring success. But right now, it is extremely important for him to get those guys back in the line if they're going to line up and win some games this year.
We did catch up with Stan DeCosti eventually last night. Stan, well, he forgot his phone somewhere else, and there was miscommunication between the two of us, but I was able to catch up with Coach DeCosti. We're going to hear from him after we take a timeout here on the Burke Schuylkill Oil Heat Association pregame show. Remember, the Burke Schuylkill Oil Heat Association members take pride in not only delivering heating oil, but also offering heating and cooling services to satisfy all of your home energy needs. To find your local dealer, visit www.bsoha.org and find the member search section. Stan DeCosti coming up. Shenandoah Valley Marian about to do battle here tonight. It's the high school football game of the week on T102 Sports.
you know what I mean? But that's where it came from. To see him out there now and having control of the offense. The verbiage, he didn't know the verbiage, and he, he can tell you now, okay, you're doing this, coach, or this should be here now, coach. And that's what makes it really good. It really does. It makes it really good.
You're going home tonight, so to speak, and in the Shenandoah Valley. And the Blue Devils and the Colts last year was a highly competitive ball game. And I think a lot of people are expecting the same again this season. What do you see in Shenandoah Valley? A first-year head coach running the program and a team that's kind of in the same boat as you are.
Well, I'll tell you, I see a very dangerous team. You talk about toss-up. This game's definitely a toss-up. Anything is different. They don't know what they're talking about. Their quarterback, I think their quarterback's the best quarterback we've faced so far this year. I mean, he didn't play for a year. I guess came back out. He's got a live arm. He's very tough when he gets on the edge. He throws really, really good football. People don't realize they went right down and scored against Williams Valley and had the ball called back for, I don't know what the penalty was, procedure or whatever, Tamaqua early on, right down, and just hurt themselves. So they've been, I've been really impressed with them. Their receiver names are not good names. Number 3, number 10, really, really, really good receivers. And so, I mean, a lot of sleepless nights in Tamaqua this week as I looked at that quarterback. And, we're going to have our hands full. We're going to have our hands full every game we play this year. The same thing with Shenandoah. We're just working hard, but he's a difference maker, and I think he's a key for them.
Well, Stan, I want to thank you for taking time with us here tonight as we get set for what should be, like you said, a toss-up ball game tonight between you and the Blue Devils of Shenandoah. And thanks for taking time out, and I'm sure we're going to catch up with you again soon.
Chaz, anytime, maybe next time you'll get me on my phone. So we'll see what happens.
This year may be the craziest year we've ever experienced, but some things are constant.
Whole region football is lit.
TV Landscaping and TV Landscaping Supply is your premier landscaper and a proud supporter of the player of the...
Video stream to see it with Skook News.
Back here, the Burke Skook Oil Heat Association pregame show under wraps. John, let's talk about our easy rent-to-own keys to tonight's game. No credit, bad credit, no worries. Everybody gets approved.
A lot of young kids on the field, a lot of inexperienced kids. I say special teams play, especially if there's some turnovers involved there as they get used to the systems and so on. I think the key is special teams and turnovers.
Well, the Colts are going to kick to the Blue Devils here to get things started. They'll be moving left to right. As back deep for the Blue Devils. We'll see Timothy Johnson. I think Jonathan Abreu, but the Colts do an onside kick. Football's loose. Let's see, the scrum ensues. Did the Blue Devils get back on top? If so, I believe it was Michael Deal who's coming off the bottom of the pile. And let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. We'll start with the Blue Devils. Franklin Argueta and Juan Ruiz are the tackles. The guards, Jason Migliaccio And Lucas Zielinski. Corbin Kays, the center. Alex Kozlowski, the tight end. Zach Slater, Joey Vivacis are the wideouts. Aaron Nickerson, the fullback. Brian Dunn, the tailback. Owen Kosar will climb under center. Defensively for the Colts, the ends are Robert Sunder and Jesse Rodino. Roland Melendez and John Malash are the tackles, and Osgard Corey Renner. Joey Walco, along with Mason Fristick, are the linebackers. The corners, Luis Terran and Xavier Ocasio. Owen Brady, the free safety, and Jake Fenstemacher will be the strong safety. And on first down, the Blue Devils look to keep it all on the ground. It's Dunn carrying the football. Big push up front. Shenandoah Valley's picking up about 5 there, JP. It's second down and middle distance.
Right up the gut. You know, I wasn't surprised at the onside kick, Chaz. I was talking about the possibility of special teams turnover, put them on the dime right off the bat. Good effort by Marian Colts.
Everybody healthy tonight on both squads. Those who were expected to be dressed are, at least. The Lehigh Valley Health Network injury report in the books. Your health deserves a partner. Check them out at lvhn.org/sportsmedicine or call 888-402-LVHN as the Blue Devils try a little screen pass to the near side. JP falls incomplete. It'll make it third down and middle distance.
Well, you talked about Vivacis as far as catching the football. 9 catches already this year out of the 10 completions that Shenandoah Valley has for 148 yards and a touchdown.
So third down. Kozar going to climb under center. They peel 2 receivers off to the near side of the field. If you're just joining us on WAVT Pottsville, just underway. Kozar looking to throw. Drifting left, now cuts back to his right. Flushed out of the pocket there. Has enough, or does he, for the first down? He's chased out of bounds along the far sideline by Jesse Rodino. Well, maybe there. Let's see where the spot is going to say he's shy here, John. He did cross midfield. Got to the Colt 49-yard line. And let's see what the Blue Devils and Eddie Moran pull out of the hat here.
Well, if Stan tried an onside kick to start the game, I'll bet my house on Eddie Moran going for this here.
Pickup of 3 makes it fourth down and 2. So Kosar this time going to climb under, backs offset eye, 2 receivers far side. We'll see Nickerson drifting to his right. The give is straight ahead to Dunn. He's got the first down. Dunn breaks into the clear. Off to the races. 1 man to beat. Not going to be able to get the job done. Jacob Fenstemacher will catch him from behind, but Brian Dunn will move the football down to the Marian 27-yard line. And the Blue Devils turn a 4th and 2 into a first down.
Boy, big 20-yard pickup for Dunn, and the rushing of the Shenandoah Blue Devils has been a problem this year. 34 carries for minus yardage so far. That's a biggie. That's a biggie. You got to see Eddie Moran jumping around a little bit down there.
Well, could it be those guards, Migliaccio and Zielinski, back in the lineup, John, that are assisting with those numbers?
Well, if you ask where's the beef, it's back.
Kosar looking to throw down the sideline, incomplete. Intended for Zach Slater. It'll make it second down and 10.
Yeah, you bring those big guys back, Chaz, and they get off the ball, and that's all Dunn needs. I mean, he had a tough time in the first couple games running the football, 12 carries for about 12 yards, but when he starts off with 25 here in the first quarter, got to send a great message to this offensive unit.
Well, John, let's play Where in the World Are Our Crack Reporters? We'll get to that after this play, but that may be a new feature we have week to week. Where in the world is Joey Shimo and Larry O? Kosar going to climb under center here. Drifting back, looking to throw on second down and 10. Rolling right, sprints out, throws downfield, and it's incomplete. Little miscommunication there. The closest to it was Luis Terran for Marian Catholic. It'll make it third down. But let's find out where Joey is tonight, John.
Joey Shimo reporting under the roof here at Panther Valley for the homecoming game. As Rick Jones, Panther Valley Panthers, come into the game at 1-1 after defeating rival Marian Catholic last week. And they are playing this week Schuylkill Haven as Mike Sparks comes in at 0-2 after 2 tough losses to Blue Mountain and Monroe area.
So there you have it. Joey taking in Schuylkill Haven, Panther Valley tonight. We'll get reports from him as the evening wears on. It's going to be a surprise where Larry is, John. Kosar hands off to Dunn again, straight up the gut. John Malash there to grip him up, but done more positive real estate here, JP.
Yeah, and this is big. I mean, they're getting close to the red zone here, Chaz. You may be in it now? No, just short.
Picks up about 6. It's 4th and 4. The ball spotted at the Colt 21-yard line. So
here we go.
John O'Connor in attendance tonight. That's slamming Sammy Matta. Sammy looks about 25 years younger tonight.
So he looks 75 now?
No, he looks about 82, but it's okay. Fake to Dunn. Kosar looking to throw. Gets out of one would-be tackler. Colts bring the heat. Pass is incomplete. And the Marian Catholic defense stiffens. Turnover of possession here. 9:17 left to play in the first. Still a scoreless ball game. Let's find out where Larry O's at, shall we, JP?
Oh, yeah.
It's Larry O'Rourke at Pine Grove for the Jim Thorpe Pine Grove game. Keys to victory, according to the coach of Pine Grove. Time for the quarterback to pass. Protect the quarterback. For Jim Thorpe, their coach, stop big plays and give the quarterback time to throw the ball. So both of them will be hopefully guarding the quarterback. A little point on the outside of the football. All cheerleaders here, all band that played on the field and then moved off, wore gold hats. It is Childhood Cancer Week, and they're out there trying to help. How about those kids in America? Thank you.
So there you have it, an elongated report for Larry to tell us he's in Pine Grove tonight, JP. Let's talk about Marian, though. On first down, Julian Cerullo keeps the football, picks up a first down out to the Marian 35-yard line. Offensively for the Colts, Robert Sunder, Roland Melendez the tackles, the guards John Balash, Jesse Rodino. Corey Rennert is the center. The tight end is Joey Walco. Owen Brady, Luis Turan, the wideouts. Mason Fristick, the fullback. Xavier Ocasio, the tailback. And Julian Cerullo, as aforementioned, under center here tonight. Kid Sten was pretty high on in that report, John.
Absolutely, absolutely. Young and ready to go. These kids, all they want to do is play.
Here's Ocasio straight ahead. Picks up 11 and another Colt first down. Defensively for Shenandoah Valley, Franklin Argueta is the end, along with Eric Hernandez. Migliaccio and Corbin Kays the tackles, along with Hunter Teeter, 5-2 alignment. Aaron Nickerson, Brian Dunn, the linebackers. The corners, Ben Dempster and Zach Slater. The safeties are Joey Vivacis and Owen Kosar.
Well, right off the bat, Mary trying to establish this running game. Shenandoah has given up a bundle of yards on the ground. They got to step up and stop this running attack early.
Ball at the 47-yard line. Back to Ocasio they go. Slips one tackle, two tackles on the right side. And on 1st and 10, this time JP collects 8. It'll make it 2nd down and 2. Coming up to make the tackle, Kosar and company.
Off to a good start, as Stan mentioned, in the first 2 games, 37 carries, 123 yards for a touchdown, and another close to a first down.
All across the 45, officially down to the 44-yard line. So 2nd down and 2 here for Marian. Cerullo sends 2 to the right. Now ready to go. Give again. Ocasio has a first down. Boy, John, this kid's got some shifty hips.
He sure does. Flexibility just like at the Phoenix.
Slipped 3 tackles that play for a first down. Ball carried at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 10 more for Ocasio. This kid's having a game early. You're right, John. He is flexible, just like the folks at Phoenix Physical Therapy.
Yeah, they'll get you where you're going, but Ocasio, 3 straight carries now, 12, 8, and 10 yards. I mean, he's rolling up, and Marian sticking with that ground game. No necessity to throw it yet.
I have seen Bobby and Franco and Mike get in very flexible positions.
Oh, I'm
to make
pass
sure
on
that
one.
not that way. They make sure everybody's parts are moving. John.
I know Deuce can, but I don't know the rest of them that well.
Ocasio, again, the ball carrier, pushes ahead this time for 5. Coming up to make the tackle, Vivacis, along with some help from Hunter Teeter. Oh, boy, is this Ocasio kid something.
Boy, he certainly is. And And this is right up the gut, Chaz. I mean, they're coming off great blocking up front, opens a small gap. He's through it 5, 10, 8, 12 yards.
Down at Fountain Springs, John, Blue Mountain on the board first, 7-0 Eagles. Jack Dean to Bryce Hensley. Extra point is good.
Saw a lot of that the first week.
Here comes Cerullo rolling out to the right, finds the sideline, has the first down and more, lowers the shoulder at the end of that, JP. This kid's really got something moving. Making the stop is Joey Vivacis, knocks Cerullo out of bounds, but it is another first down here for the Colts.
Yeah, Stan talked about how physical he was. You heard him in the pregame where he talked about him getting out and throwing some blocks in front of people, and he just lowered the shoulder for a quarterback. Good move.
Ball spotted on the 19-yard line. Colts in the Daywald and L'Engle red zone. Things could be heating up for Marian Catholic, just like the full line of Harmon and Heat and Glow gas fireplaces and wood pellet stoves at Daywald and L'Engle along Long Run Road in Friedensburg. So we're looking a hand deep in the backfield. Migliaccio there first, and there was nowhere to go. That closed up in a hurry for Ocasio, a loss on the play of about 7. Make it second down and 17.
And both players were tackled by the same guy. I mean, that was just a heck of a play.
They give him forward progress, or where he was initially contacted, JP, at the 24. So it's a loss of 5 at second and 15.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit of a break with the spot, but again now, a little bit farther back out of the red zone. We'll see if they would move to throw through the air.
So second down and 15. Colts with the football at the Blue Devil 24-yard line. Cerullo ready, rolling to his left, looking to throw. Pressure coming, and he's going to be sacked. Coming up big for the Blue Devils. All the play is Franklin Argueta. And that'll lose more real estate here from the Colts. It's going to be third and a long trip.
Yeah, I think Cerullo was actually waiting for them to blow the whistle. He was stacked up pretty good back there. So -6. A little bit going backward after the great drive up to this point.
Ball now at the 30. Third down, 21 for the Colts. I think we're going to see the Colts passing game coming out here, JP.
Well, they tried to look at it the last 2 times, but that defensive line of Shenandoah Valley just stopped them from even getting a look.
So Cerullo ready. Rolling straight at us this time. Sets up, lets it fly. This could be problems. Triple coverage. And the ball falls incomplete. Vivacis with an opportunity for an interception. Can't come up with it. It'll be fourth down and distance. And let's see if Stan's bringing out the field goal kicker, John. I see the block in hand.
You bet. I saw him warming up earlier, Chaz, and I got to tell you what, this young man can boom it.
Michael Baloga, a senior, and is going to put the block down, JP, at the 37-yard line. This is a 47-yard field goal attempt. Snaps clean. The kick is on the way. Does it have the distance? It does.
Oh,
a 47-yard field goal gets the scoring started here tonight in Shenandoah. 3:29 left to play first period. It's Marian Catholic 3, the Blue Devils nothing. Back after this on T102 Sports. 7-yard field goal. Let's get our Sunbury Motor Company drive summary, JP.
Well, they started on the ground. They ended up through the air, but it was a kick. 5 minutes, 40 seconds off the clock, 10 plays. Total of 79 yards, 47-yard field goal by Beloga.
And the kickoff is a touchback. So our drive summary tonight allows Sunbury Motors to demonstrate their commitment to excellence. SMC is where you want to be.
Well, good start. Marian certainly proved they could move the ball on the ground. Shenandoah Valley came up with quite the stick there on 3 consecutive plays. But, man, when you got a leg that can go 47, it's pretty darn good.
So the Blue Devils start this possession with 3:29 left to play here in the first quarter. 3-0 Marian Catholic. Kosar going to set him down. 2 receivers near side. Gonna hand the football off to Dunn. Dunn, helmet knees coming through the line out to the 25-yard line. Picks up 5 on the carry. That'll make it second down in middle distance.
Well, done the workhorse so far for the Shenandoah Valley Blue Devils. 4 carries. He's already got 36 yards in the ballgame. Now do they return the favor and try to get a drive going on the ground?
We'll have to wait and see. Here it comes. Kozar, bring a man in motion. I got to give off to Dunn again. Dunn hit in the backfield. Hit again, but gets back to the line of scrimmage and gets stacked up there. Coming up to make the tackle for the Colts is going to be Roland Melendez. 3rd down and 5 now.
Yeah, he did a good bounce, as I said. Chaz tried to get outside, but boy, the Marian linebackers came up pretty quickly there.
So 3rd down and 5.
Got to get a first down going here, Chaz. First quarter going very quickly because of so many plays on the ground, but got to get a first down to get that confidence going.
So 3rd and 5. Evasis goes to the far side. Kosar looking that direction. Looks to set up in the middle. Evasis can't hold on. Ball falls incomplete. 4th and 5. And it looks like the Blue Devils may have to send the punting unit out here.
Yeah, too deep now. Chaz can't take any chances, I wouldn't think. Anyway, kick it out of there and hope that your defense comes up with what was, at the end of it, a pretty good defensive stance. But again, that long leg was the difference.
Tehran going to drop back deep to receive the punt. Scoring going on fast and furious everywhere else, John. We figured this would be a slow burn till we get the big points on the board, but Marian does have a 3-0 lead. A timeout will take 1-2. 1:53 left to play first quarter. It's Marian Catholic 3, Shenandoah Valley nothing. Back after this on T102 Sports.
Now 1-2-4.
Pine Grove took over on their own 20-yard line on the kickoff, marched 80 yards, and quarterback Josh Leininger went the last 3. Extra point was no good. It's Pine Grove 6. Jim Thorpe, nothing. 7:43 in the first period.
So the Blue Devils, using a timeout here, will punt it away.
Yeah, no choice here. Chaz can't take this chance that deep. Here we go.
We have encroachment on the defense. That may change the shape here, JP.
Sure, that would give him a first down if it goes the other way.
Let's see. It is against the Colts.
It is.
So that will give the Blue Devils a first down and keep this drive alive.
My favorite line, It doesn't matter how you get the first down, as long as you get the first down. If it comes in a penalty, all well and good.
So, Shenandoah Valley has another life here on this possession. Football spotted at the 30.
Still looking to complete their first pass. Pretty good defense by this defensive backfield of Marian.
So 1st and 10. Kosar out from underneath. Hands to Dunn again. Big hole this time. And Dunn's rumbling his way into that third tier. Falls forward for 12. It'll be a first down for Shenandoah Valley.
And it continues to be Dunn, the workhorse. I'll tell you what, and his work is not done yet as he continues to roll up pretty impressive yardage in the third first down for the Shenandoah Valley Blue Devils.
Let's see what the Blue Devils have up their sleeve. It seems to be, John, the ground game for the Blue Devils is starting to match the intensity of the Colts running game.
Absolutely, and they got two of the big guys back, both sides of the ball, and it's paying off.
Kosar's pass intended across the way, incomplete, over top of Zach Slater. It'll make it 2nd down and 10.
Quick out, just could not make that. Again, you know, a lot of youngsters out there running patterns. Youngster pretty much throwing the ball as far as experience, so it'll take a little bit for that to start to click.
So the Blue Devils ready to go. Clock stopped, a minute 14 left to play here in this first quarter. Marian Catholic with a 3-0 lead. Kosar surveys the defense. Colts look to be bringing the heat. Dunn's going to run through that. Dunn's got a first down, bounce into the outside. And Brian Dunn is on his way, finally driven out of bounds at the Marian Catholic 23. Making the touchdown-saving tackle once again is going to be Jacob Fenstemacher.
About a 34-yard run. Chance for a first down. And Shenandoah moving the football. 4th first down.
So we got a timeout on the field. We'll take 1-2. 1:04 left to go here in the first quarter. Marian Catholic 3, Shenandoah Valley nothing. Back after this on T102 Sports.
To you through local high school football.
Joey Shimo's got something cooking in Lansford, JP.
After a huge defensive stand by the Schuylkill Hurricanes at the Panther Valley 3-yard line, Mason Reber blocks their field goal attempt by the Panthers. Number 7, Connor Gehring, scooped it up, ran 85 yards for a Schuylkill touchdown. With 6:47 to go in the first quarter, it's Schuylkill 7, Panther Valley 0.
Schuylkill Hurricanes getting it done with special teams there, John. A 7-0 Hurricane lead.
Yeah, glad to hear that Mason Reber is back.
Kosar ready, drifting back, rolling right, looking downfield. Nothing doing there. Going to tuck and run the football. Looks to bounce to the outside, right around the sticks. Let's see where they say Kosar stepped out. Almost the exact replica, John, of the first offensive series for the Blue Devils.
Absolutely, and they're doing a lot on the ground. They haven't been able to complete a pass, but looking pretty good here, Chaz, as they consistently move the football.
Well, John, take that 9-yard run off the
shame.
board. There's a holding penalty, which is a spot penalty. The official stretching his legs. Whoa, this one's well behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think they call that, north of the mountain, they call that a dandy penalty.
And the football will be spotted at the 39-yard line.
Wow, 16 yards back after a fine run by Kosar.
1st and 26, a trip to Sam Matta's living room for the Blue Devils.
Here we go.
So here comes Kosar under center again. Going to bring Vivacis in motion, coming to the near side. Kosar back, hands it to Dunn. This time, Dunn not finding much room to gain there, John. Dropped after about a 1-yard pickup. And stepping in front of him was Jesse Rodino, along with Joey Walco.
Chaz, they tried, I think, everybody in the place thought they were going to throw the ball, and we have a lot of offensive geniuses in the booth with us tonight. So if you listen closely, you can hear them calling the plays.
That'll bring the first quarter to a close here this evening in Shenandoah Valley. It's Marian Catholic 3, the Blue Devils nothing. Second quarter action coming up next, right here on T102 Sports.
A lot of car dealers make you jump through a lot of hoops to qualify for a new or used car loan. Cosign this. Verify that. Bring in 7.
And they were down near the red zone. Kosar would have had probably a first down in the red zone. Big time penalty.
So the Colts taking their time here to get this second quarter underway. Got to thank Sam for the peanut butter cups. A stashless Sam Matt. I almost didn't really realize who it was.
No,
he no longer looks.
He looks good without it, but he really doesn't. He's pretty much the same.
No longer that Magnum PI look for Sammy. Tom Selleck had nothing on him. Here is a dump underneath this time. Pass is complete. Making the catch is Aaron Nickerson, and then bumps the defensive back out of bounds, too. Picks up about 6. It'll make it 3rd down and 20.
Well, first completion, maybe he'll start to feel his mojo here throwing the ball.
So you got a 3rd down and 20 for the Blue Devils. They trail Marian 3-0 here tonight. Lots going on around the area. High school football. Larry's in Pine Grove. Joey's in Lansford tomorrow. Bunch more games going on around the dial. You and I will have an early one on WPPA at 2 o'clock.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Mahanoy area Golden Bears against the Minersville Battling Miners. Kosar shaking tackles and on his way. Picks up maybe 8 yards on the carry. Maybe a 4th down, about 13 here.
And again, I got to give a lot of credit to the defensive backfield of Marian. Great coverage, forced Kosar to run again, but coverage is great, and that front 4 of the Marian Colts making Kosar's life miserable scrambling around there.
So the Bears and Miners tomorrow on WPPA, AM 1360, and also 105.9 FM and WPPAradio.com. Justin has a prior commitment, will not be with us on that one, I don't think. Nope, he can't make that one, but he will be with us tomorrow night here on T102, John, a 7 o'clock kickoff as Williams Valley gets set to take on Nativity on WPPA tomorrow night. Pottsville Crimson Tide football. Tide travel to Lehighton. Blue Devils going to use a timeout here. We'll take one. 10:56 remaining in the first half. It's Marian Catholic 3, Shenandoah Valley nothing. Back after this on T102 Sports.
high school football on T102.
So, John, the Devils talking over a 4th down and 13 here. Ball at the Marian Catholic 26-yard line.
And you always have one in the package that you say, in this situation, we got to get it done. This is big time.
Kosar play action, still looking. Can't find a valve. It's incomplete. And that'll turn the football back over to the Colts. So another penalty on a drive where Shenandoah Valley seemed to have things moving forward, John. The penalty bug bites them, the drive stalls, and they turn it over on downs.
Yeah, and it turned around that it kept the drive going there for a little bit when Marian jumped. But I have to tell you right now, Marian's line has made Mr. Kosar a little jittery. He has not been able to set his feet for one throw in the ball game.
So 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line in Colt country here. Cerulo going to bring him back into the I formation. Shenandoah Valley Band awful entertaining here tonight, John.
Yeah, I want to give them a shout out here after this play.
Here's Ocasio slipping some tackles. Kosar going to stand him up, but Ocasio not going down very easy. In fact, runs it all the way out to the 35, a 9-yard pickup. This Xavier Ocasio certainly has been flashing some speed here in this one, John.
Oh, no question. And again, he's not afraid to put that shoulder down. You mentioned the band, Shenandoah Valley Band. I'm a very proud Pottsville teacher from years ago. John Shaner in charge, assisted by that Josh Kovich and Jacob Shaner, all Crimson Tide graduates. Very proud of those kids.
A little bit of Cliff Nobles here in honor of Marian Catholic and the horse. Ocasio, the horse so far in this one, clips off 5 at a 1st down out to the 41-yard line.
Well, offensive and defensive line of Marian has certainly stepped up here tonight, Chaz. They were only able to put 7 points on the board in the first 2 games, but they look very crisp tonight, whether it's on the defensive side or offensive side.
So 1st and 10. Haven't varied much in the formation in the early going here.
Nope, power I, and go get them.
Again, it's Ocasio. Takes the handoff off the left side this time. Stretches out across the 45 to the 46. Picks up 5 more there. Coming off the bottom of the pile to make the stop for the Blue Devils, Brian Dunn. 2nd and 5 here for the Colts. They have a 3-0 lead with 9:10 left to play here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and the only time Ocasio has not come up with positive yardage was that mishap where he and Cirillo got kind of banged up that one time. Other than that, he's picking up 5, 6, 7 every time.
Cirillo ready to go, and they give. Nope, it's going to be a fake to Ocasio this time, and Cirillo's got some dancing room. He'll get a 1st down and more at the Blue Devil 40s. Pushed out of bounds. That'll move the sticks once again here for the Colts.
Boy, again, design play. I don't think he had any intention of throwing that football, Chaz.
Actually, they're officially going to mark it at the 41, John. But it is still a 1st down.
Moving the ball all on the ground. Had 1 passing attempt.
So let's see exactly what the Colts want to do here as they continue to march down the field. Some movement up front, but nobody getting into that neutral zone. Ocasio carrying the football. Might be one of his shortest gains of the night. Picks up maybe 4.
Well, you don't have to figure out too much what the game plan was here. I think Stan is at the point after the first 2 weeks, we must establish the run to give Cirillo time when that time comes. Coming into the ballgame, he only threw 20 passes. He was 5 for 20 in those first 2 games. So establish the game and then maybe later open it up a little bit.
Brian Dunn making the tackle. 2nd down and 6 here for the Colts. This time a receiver each way, but flags come in, and I think this might be a false start on Marian here, John. Yep. They'll take their 2nd and 6 into a 2nd and 11.
And you're going to see those things, Chaz, again. Two teams with a lot of young players and a lot of inexperienced players. And, you know, you get the jitters. You're playing a big game. And both teams trying to get on the winning side early here in the season.
So 2nd down and 11. And we may have a timeout here for the Colts. We'll join them. 7:09 remaining in the first half. It's Marian Catholic 3, Shenandoah Valley nothing. Back right after this on T102 Sports. Welcome back, Marian Catholic 3, Shenandoah Valley nothing. John, how about this? We've got listeners and watchers in Chicago tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's give a shout out to Becky Kays, tuned all the way in by the lake.
Good stuff.
This time, Cerullo caught quick, fast, and in a hurry in the backfield. Boy, the Blue Devils brought the heat that time.
Certainly do.
It was Slater in on that stop.
Good stuff. Boy, I'll tell you, he wrapped him. I mean, Cirillo had no chance at that point.
So 3rd down, 15 yards to go here for Marian Catholic.
Now we may see Marian have to throw.
Cerullo with just one receiver in the formation, drifting back, everybody in for protection. Cerullo looking downfield, he's going to tuck and run. Still trying to work his way forward, stacked up right around the Blue Devil 36. So he picks up 10. And now you got a 4th down and about 6 yards to go, 5 yards to go. A 4th and 5, John. Now, if you're Stan DeCosti here, a wily veteran, do you say, you know what?
Listen, wily veteran, first year, I don't care who it is, you're going.
Timeout for the Blue Devils. We'll join them. 5:59 remaining here in the first half. Marian 3, Shenandoah Valley nothing. Back with more right after this on T102 Sports.
Larry O from Pine Grove. Jim Thorpe took the kickoff on his own 35 and marched 65 yards. Cameron Tigerio scored on a 4-yard run. The extra point was good. Both teams exchanged punts, and the one punt by Jim Thorpe put the ball on the 1-yard line of Pine Grove. On the first play from scrimmage, a safety. The ball was hit by one of the defenders, and the ball was in a pile, and it was a safety. The score right now at the start of the second period, Pine Grove's got 6, but Jim Thorpe has 9.
So 9-7, Jim Thorpe leading Pine Grove. And how about that big play on 4th down by Owen Kosar, sacking Cerullo. And the Blue Devils will get the football back at their own 40 with 5:51 left to play here in the first half.
Well, I talked about the defensive backfield of Marian. Great job they're doing. I got to give a shout-out to these Shenandoah Valley defensive backs. Only attempted one pass, but it's because their line is doing a good job, and Nobody's getting open. Great coverage by the Blue Devils.
Here comes Dunn on first down, slipping his way ahead. Sunder in on the stop. But Dunn able to pick up about 6 to the Blue Devil 46-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Boy, Dunn and Sunder. That should be the name of like a law firm or something.
Roland Melendez also involved. Well, you can't say Sunder Mifflin, right? I mean, that was kind of close to what they had in the office.
Yeah, that would have been tough.
So 2nd down and 4. Kozar taking his time this time, out from underneath. Again, the give is to Dunn, but he's swallowed up. Whole pack of Colts in on the tackle. Leading the charge for Marian Catholic, Corey Renner, the 6', 320-pound senior.
Tough to get past, needless to say.
So a loss on the play of about 4 will make it 3rd down and 8 here for Shenandoah Valley.
Haven't really seen either team really open it up, Chaz. I'm curious to see what kind of conversations they're going to have and what changes they'll make for the second half.
You know, John, I think both of these programs are at a point where you have so many young kids, you just keep it vanilla until they can pick that up and get that well, and then you kind of build from there.
Absolutely, and that's going to come. Both these coaches have faith in their kids.
Kosar looking to throw, heavy pressure coming, still trying to work his way out of tackles, not going to be able to do it. At the end of that one, he was in the arms of Jesse Rodino. Also, Roland Martinez chase there. This Martinez, or Melendez rather, 6'2", 235-pound sophomore is having a pretty big night so far along the front line.
Yeah, both coaches talked about how many kids are going to have come back next year.
So that'll put the Blue Devils in a 4th down and 21. They'll have to punt it away. Colts almost get a piece of it. Toronto fielded at his own 39-yard line. Looking to work to the far sideline. I think we're going to have a flag come in here. Let's see. I don't see a flag, though, John. I thought he was going to throw it.
He was looking. Where's he going?
Did he lose his beanbag?
I think it was just a bag.
So Toronto spring it back. I thought we were going to have a block in the back there against the Colts, but no call there. Marian Catholic will get the football at the Blue Devil 43 here, leading 3-0. 3:24 remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, dandy run back there, Chaz, almost 20 yards, and good position now. Plenty of time for this Marian offense to get it going again.
So Cerullo in the gun this time. 3 receivers. Low snap. Picks it up off the canvas and about to run forward. Lowering his shoulder at the 40.
Oh, just go down. Now, if there was no whistle, I understand the coach getting fired up here. There was no whistle. And if there's no whistle, you just got to know you're going to get cracked.
Getting a little chippy out there as well at the end of that.
Wow, Marian against Shenandoah Valley, and it's getting a little chippy. I'm shocked.
Pickup of about 3 will make it 2nd down and 7.
Both these teams are so hungry, Chaz. Chippiness will not end at halftime, trust me.
So let's see exactly what Marian Catholic wants to do here. 2.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Seeming to be in too much of a hurry, John.
No, and this whole first quarter went pretty quickly because most of the time on the ground.
Long count by Cerullo, drifting back, looking to throw, sets up underneath, and it's complete. Nope, incomplete. In and out of the hands of Tehran. Thought he had it reeled in and his knee was down, but it did squirt through. So that'll make it 3rd down and about 7.
3rd and 7, and again, they've had such success with Ocasio. I don't know, Chaz. I think you go ahead and run this thing and run another play. 4th down, you're in Blue Devil territory. Why not?
I'll tell you what, I think the Colts only need to get, John, maybe 10 yards because we saw a 47-yard field goal to get the scoring on the board here. Marian with that 3-0 lead. I mean, about 8 to 10 yards, and that's probably field goal range.
Yeah, so they can afford to keep it on the ground.
Ocasio running forward this time, going to get stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Coming up to make a big play there for the Blue Devils is going to be Franklin Argueta. And it's a loss of about 3, and it's 4th down and 10.
Boy, Argueta has been on a bunch of tackles in the middle of that thing, Chaz.
So the clock will move, and the Colts look to be bringing out the wholesale change. But let's see if they think they try a fake here. Well, the Blue Devils want some time to talk this over. They'll stop the clock with 1:42 left to play here in the first half. It's Marian 3, Shenandoah Valley nothing. Back after this on T102 Sports.
T102, your local high school football connection.
So the Colts set to punt this one away. Michael Beloga on to punt it. Seen his leg on field goals. Let's see what he can do on a drop kick here, JP.
Wow.
High kick. Blue Devils not going to look to return it. Going to take a Shenandoah hop, but then a Marian roll when it came back down. No return here by the Blue Devils. And they'll get the football at their own 16-yard line here. As waving everybody off was Richard Tucci. Tucci saying, nobody go near that thing.
Yeah, and a darn good punt. This guy has the leg, and no run back makes it even better, as now Shenandoah Valley starting from their own 16.
I can tell you that young man has certainly worked his craft here, John, as far as special teams go.
No question about it. And I watched him warming up from 40 yards, which means it was 50 yards kicking in. He knocked one or two through there.
So this time, Kosar climbs under center. Handoff is to Dunn, a big hole on the right side. Dunn looking to get to the sideline. Cuts back in and will be tripped up by Tehran. Is good enough for a first down out to the Blue Devil 39-yard line.
Wow, big 23-yard run. The unofficially 5th first down for those Shenandoah Blue Devils.
So the Blue Devils with a 1st and 10. Football at their own 39. High snap this time. Kosar reels it in. Now going to try and make something out of nothing. Get some positive real estate. Tripped up by Isaac Ferreira. Kosar picks up about 6. 2nd down and 4.
Well, we talked to Ed Moran. He talked about what an athlete this young man is, and he certainly proved it on that one. Didn't have anybody to throw to, and tucked and run and looked good on it.
Kosar pushes ahead, picks up 4.
Tell you, he had a tough time handling that ball, Chaz. That could have been critical, but I don't think they're going to run another play personally. I don't know.
If they do, they got to hurry up. 10 seconds still ticking out of timeouts. 3rd down and 3. Kosar climbing. Out from underneath, gives it to Dunn. No gain on the play. Time expires, and the first half will come to a close here tonight as Marian Catholic leads Shenandoah Valley 3-0. Back after this with the HB Steel & Son halftime show on T102 Sports. And here we are on the HB Steel & Company halftime show. Maximize the efficiency of your wood pellet stove with quality supplies from HB Steel & Son, an authorized distributor of Lignetics wood pellets and Energex hardwood pellet fuel. Stop by the office located just off of Route 61 in Orwigsburg or call 570-366-1275 for more information. HB Steel & Son Incorporated, providing year-round comfort since 1947. Here at the break, 3-0, Marian Catholic leading the Blue Devils of Shenandoah Valley. John, you know I beat myself up when I get things wrong, and I got to thank whoever texted our good buddy Bernie Forgotch to tell me to wake up, that it's not Xavier Ocasio running the football tonight with quite zest. It's Owen Brady.
Yes, it was a mistake, and we apologize, obviously, especially to Owen Brady. It does not detract from what that young man has done in this first half. I say the only thing worse than making a mistake is not admitting it, living up to it. We do. It's been Owen Brady.
So the Colts and Devils, much what we expected. The Blue Devils on a couple of their possessions, John, were driving down the field, then get a penalty and stall their drive out as they were entering the red zone here. And the drives ended.
What makes it interesting is both of them made critical mistakes at critical times. And again, they're both young teams and so on. There weren't a lot of penalties, but they were very significant penalties because it took people out of scoring range and in another instance just pushed them totally out of a good drive. So, again, there weren't a lot of them, but both teams playing pretty hard on the defensive lines. They forced both of these quarterbacks to do a lot of scrambling around, and it's going to show when I go to the statistics, those Mac Tool statistics that we count on. You'll see it, but both defensive lines, I think, have done a stellar job. They've given a lot on the ground on both sides, but they also caused such consternation for the quarterbacks that they couldn't find the receivers.
The difference maker now, and who would have thought, was a 47-yard field goal.
And it was easily there.
Yeah.
I said I watched them warming up, Beloga, and he was hitting them from 50 yards. You don't expect to see that very often. When they lined up, I think most people would look and go, it's going to be a fake. You know, they're going to go, man, he boomed it, and he does the same thing with kickoffs and punts. Tremendous kicker.
Well, the Colts going to get the football back. We're going to send it back to our studios. Chaos Central at 212 South Center Street on the HB Steel & Son Incorporated halftime show. 3-0 Marian Catholic out front of Shenandoah Valley. The Rinaldi family of dealerships halftime scoreboard with Mark Michaels. Coming up right after this on T102 Sports.
Have you ever dreamed big about getting the full experience with your car, truck, or SUV?
Okay.
3, 4?
Well, your dreams are...
I'll give you 3, yeah.
All right, then give us a minute to
Trucks
bring
and
it back.
Equipment in Joe
Okay.
can handle your repairs, customization, or luxury features all under one roof. Roof to rubber and headlights.
Don't be frosty in your home this fall and winter. Daywald & Lengel in Friedensburg, the Harmon Stove and Heat and Glow pellet and gas fireplace experts are ready to help. Check out one of the 15 models on display at Daywald & Lengel where you can feel the heat. See the beauty of a Harmon or Heat and Glow stove or fireplace right in operation. Check out the savings today. Daywald & Lengel, Route 443 West Friedensburg. Phone 739-2100. Online at daywaldandlengel.com.
And good evening, I'm Mark Michaels, and it's time, as it is, for the T102 High School Scoreboard, brought to you by the Rinaldi family of dealerships on the Gold Star Highway, Shenandoah. Save up to 20% off Vito Rinaldi Chevrolet's already low prices on Chevy Trax, Sparks, or Equinox. Our game at halftime, it is Marian beating Shenandoah Valley 3-0 on that field goal. Elsewhere at the half, Berwick and Williamsport are scoreless as of right now. At the half, Blue Mountain narrow over North Schuylkill 7-0. Crestwood over Nanticoke going into the half 21-0 there. The second quarter of their game, Danville leading Lewisburg 14-0. Near the half, Hazleton Tunkhannock remain tied at 7-7. Jim Thorpe 9, Pine Grove 6. That game heading just about toward the halftime. Elsewhere, Schuylkill Haven blanking Panther Valley at the half, 14-0. Mount Carmel Bloomsburg, no score, as is right now. Elsewhere, Tamaqua all over Riverside, 28-0. That game at the half. Shamokin beating Selinsgrove, close to halftime, 14-0. And also at the half, Southern Columbia all over Warrior Run, 49-0 in that game. Elsewhere, it's Dallas beating Wilkes-Barre area, 14-7. Line Mountain being shut out by Camp Hill, 14-0. Again, Lewisburg and Danville, 14-0 Danville over Lewisburg in that one. Athens and Wyalusing, a scoreless, or actually a 7-7 game. That game also close to the halftime. And Palmerton and Catasauqua all tied up at 14 each in that game. Pittston area edging Wyoming Valley West 14-13. That game about a minute away until halftime in that contest as well. And Berwick Williamsport, no score again in that one, as that tends toward the halftime as well. Central Columbia beating Midwest 7-0. That game in the second quarter. And Shikellamy beating Milton right now by a score of 10-0. And that's our update. Our game at halftime, 3-0 Marian beating Shenandoah Valley. T102 High School Scoreboard brought to you by the good people at Rinaldi Family of Dealerships on the Gold Star Highway in Shenandoah. During Jeep Adventure Days, as is right now, it's the key to the open road. Purchase a 2020 Jeep Renegade Jeepster or Cherokee Latitude all-wheel drive up to 20% off MSRP or 0% financing up to 72 months. At halftime, our score, Marian 3, Shenandoah Valley nothing. Back with the second half. More from halftime, too. Right here at T102.
When ordering fuel this heating season, log on to hbsteeloil.com. Voted the Republican Herald's Reader's Choice Award for the best oil supplier 3 years in a row. And use the added convenience of safe and secure online fuel ordering and payment options. Customers can easily and conveniently log on to hbsteeloil.com and place their fuel order. Log on to their website at hbsteeloil.com and try the added convenience of online fuel ordering. Serving Schuylkill County since 1947.
Upgrading your heating system can reduce your heating oil usage by up to 40%. And at today's low prices, you can see a return on your investment in just a few years. Learn more at oilheatamerica.com. Brought to you by Nora.
After spending about $10,000 switching from oil to gas heat, utility customers have seen oil prices fall nearly
10 seconds.
Don't make a decision you'll soon regret. Stay with Oil Heat. Get the facts at AmericanEnergyCoalition.com/price.
T102 Sports.
Back here on the HB Steel & Son Incorporated of Owensburg halftime show. You know, John, they're not just tools. They're Mac tools. And they're backed by great service from John Chirico. So, JP, let's open up that toolbox of yours and delve into the metrics of the first half. Who measured up to the standards? Let's check out our first half numbers.
Well, we know that Mac tools for a big and small job, it always gets it done. But looking at the Marian Colts, unofficially 6 first downs. Owen Brady had 9 carries for 45 yards. Cirillo, 8 carries for 36 yards. A total of 17 rushes for unofficially 81 yards on the ground. Cirillo was 0 for 2 passing. On the Shenandoah Valley Blue Devils side, again, unofficially 5 first downs. Kosar ran the ball 4 times for 18 yards, but Brian Dunn was the biggie in that first half. 11 carries for 110 yards total for the Shenandoah Valley Blue Devils. 15 carries for 128 yards total. Kosar just 1 for 8. Nickerson had that catch for 6 yards. So pretty even Steven game number-wise, Chaz.
Well, John, I think maybe as we get done talking about our Mac tools of the game, maybe it's time to sack the sideline reporter. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go after that tool, Larry. You sacked the sideline reporter, but Larry O'Rourke, it's your chance to win up to $2 from CACL Financial. If you can sack Larry O, head to the T102 fan page on Facebook. You have 5 minutes to register. Post your name in the comments section, and one lucky winner will be selected to sack Randy. Keep watching the fan book page to see who will be playing and what they will win. Here's your opportunity to pick up some great prizes from the Pizza Place, Black Rock Trucks and Equipment, Joe Thur's Automotive, the Crimson House, BG's Value Markets, Ken's Tires, OIP, Pottsville, K. Fagata, Basili's Italian Restaurant, Just Your Style, and Benny's Pizza and Burgers. Go to the T102 fan page now.
That's right. You got 5 minutes to get yourself registered for some great prizes if you can sack Larry tonight on Facebook. Well, John, what do you say we take a timeout here on the HB Steel & Son halftime show? When we come back, second half action. At the break, it's Marian 3, Shenandoah Valley nothing. Back after this on T102 Sports. Well, short kick there by Shenandoah Valley sets Marian Catholic up at their own 44 to start this possession.
Yeah, both games started with, that wasn't necessarily an onside kick, but very short kicks to put the opposition in good field position.
So Cerulo looking to his left, going to hand the football off. Pick up of about 6 on the carry. And running the football for the Colts. He's going to be Hunter Fristic.
Yes.
So he's second down and 4. So let's see what the Colts pull out of the bag here.
They've been so successful on the ground. I got to believe they're going to keep churning it out there.
So Cerulo going to hand the football off once again. It's going to be Jake Fenstermacher running the football for a first down to the Shenandoah Valley 45-yard line.
Well, how about this? A completely different backfield. Start this second half. Pretty impressive so far, and a first down for Marian again, keeping it on the ground.
So first and 10 for the Colts. This time Fenstermacher going to come out in the slot. Cerulo out looking to throw, rolling right. Pressure coming, and he's going to be sacked. The heat coming from the far side of the field. Ben Dempster with the sack. Loss on the play of about 4. We'll make it second down and 14.
Yeah, again. And, you know, Chaz, I look sometimes and I don't know if they really want to throw it. A lot of times he takes that quick look and he seems to tuck and go.
So the Colts in the huddle here, taking their time coming out. Clock right now is good to be used, John. could be your best defense at this stage of the game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Control the line of scrimmage. Just keep wrapping it. Oh, boy. Here come the Blue Devils.
I think there was a little miscommunication there in the backfield. Cerulo had it hanging out there for a while. Fenstemacher goes the other direction. Migliaccio up for the tackle of Cerulo. Another sack by the Blue Devils. But now the Colts in a deeper spot in the field, back to their own 46.
And that certainly wasn't Cerulo's fault, as you said, as he turned a little bit of miscommunication. And now different backs back there, Chaz. And that's what happens sometimes till you get into the sink of it.
And that could be our Black Rock Trucks Joe Thurs Automotive uplifting play of the game right there, John. That could be a game changer.
Oh, absolutely, if they can hold him on this possession.
Cerulo looking, loads up, throws down the center of the field, in and out of the hands, almost picked off by the Blue Devils. Kosar getting up for it, and that'll make it 4th down.
Yeah, I'll tell you, again, both secondaries doing a great job, and both defensive lines forcing the opposition to either tuck and run or just throw it out there. And again, Marian Colts still looking for their first completion.
So 4th down and 19. Beloga out to punt this one away.
Well, a lot of people have good hands. This guy's got a good leg.
So let's see. Kick is long. Boy, oh boy, this one's going to take a hard roll.
Bounder.
The Colts trying to get down there, bounced into the end zone. That'll be marked as a touchback, John. He outkicked his coverage for sure, kind of like your love life.
Okay, let's move on to the game because that was a long one. I don't want to talk about the short ones. But anyway, 62 yards in the air. Boy, I'll tell you, if I got paid for this, I'd be angry.
So the Blue Devils get their first possession of the evening at the 20-yard line. See, now you have me out of kilter.
I have you out of kilter. Oh, my God, you have me out of my mind.
Joey Shimo checking in from Panther Valley.
Defense is the name of the game tonight down at Panther Valley Stadium as the Schuylkill Haven Hurricanes came to play. In the first quarter, we had a blocked field goal by Mason Reber, setting up a Connor Gehring touchdown run on the block field goal. In the second quarter, with 1:11 to go, Trent Creasy picks off a Panthers pass and set up a 66-yard TD run by Connor Gehring. With about 20 seconds to go in the second quarter, Travis Ritchie picked up another Panther Valley pass, and that set up a 20-yard field goal by Mike McGoey. We have a halftime score here of Schuylkill Haven 17, Panther Valley 0.
So a big run by Owen Kosar here. Chased out of bounds by Carson Chambers at the Blue Devil 36-yard line. Makes it 1st and 10.
Yeah, unofficially 6th first down, but Kosar with the big 16-yard run.
So 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. Kosar out from underneath. Going to hand it done this time. He's hit in the backfield, able to shed that tackle. Works his way ahead for a gain of 3.
I'll tell you, I love the strength of this young man, Chaz. He takes that first hit very well. He stays down and just brutalizes sometimes the defensive backs if they're the ones who are coming up to do the tackle.
Roland Melendez along with Joey Walco combined on the tackle.
Melendez having a terrific game on the defensive side.
So 2nd down and about 7 here for Shenandoah Valley. Kosar ready. He'll shift Nickerson to the left side of the formation. They're going to go to Dunn, who will travel that direction. Dunn with a head of steam through the line, very close to the 1st down marker. Coming up to make the stop, Isaac Ferreira.
Yeah, and you mentioned Nickerson in motion, just like doing the sideways shuffle, and he led the blockers up there when they opened that up. He led them through, and he does get enough for the 1st down.
So Bobby Merwine saying move the chains. 1st and 10 again for the Blue Devils. Kosar under center. Drops the football, picks it up, trying to make something out of nothing. Might have got a yard on that. As the Colt defensive front reacts, and reacted in a hurry.
Oh, they sure did, and Kosar did a good job picking up that potato, baby, or they would have been in tough straits.
Corey Rennert in on the stop. 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, and they got to get this drive much deeper. Chaz, you know, from the 30 to the 30, they're doing okay, then a big mistake, but a couple incompletions and so on. They got to continue it, get down in that red zone and make something happen.
2nd down and 9. Kosar ready, 3-0. Marian Catholic, 6:15 left to play. Movement up front. Let's see who moved first.
I love it. Everybody's pointing, but I think it's offsides.
It's on the defense, John. Some encroachment. That'll give Shenandoah Valley 5 more. The clock will be put in motion here. 2nd down and 4 now.
Yeah, that's a biggie, Chaz. And again, it keeps the drive alive. Even though it's a penalty, keeps the drive alive. Maybe changing his cadence a little bit there as 2 of the Marian Colts jumped.
So 2nd and 4 we go. Kosar out. The football's on the turf again, and Kosar can just fall on top of it. Might be a loss on this play. As the exchange getting a little tougher for the Blue Devils here.
It certainly is, Chaz. And that's just back of my mind. That's got to be about 4 during the game of a little bit of a fumble between the center and the quarterback.
Loss of 1 makes it 3rd down and 5. Kosar ready, got to turn, hands to Dunn. Dunn straight ahead. Gonna pick up maybe 3. Did not get to the 45-yard line. But I think we're going to have a timeout on the field, an injury timeout. Brought to us by the Lehigh Valley Health Network, and we're glad to welcome our newest partner, Lehigh Valley Hospital Schuylkill, a newly expanded emergency room with new care providers, and they have just been certified as a primary stroke center and accredited by the American College of Cardiology as a chest pain center. A mission to heal, comfort, and care. Lehigh Valley Hospital Schuylkill, your health deserves a partner. Back after this, it's Marian 3, Shenandoah Valley nothing. Right here on T102 Sports.
CACL Financial has done it again. For over 5 years, they've been voted the best bank.
With a 3-0 lead over the Blue Devils. And boy, this game, John, has been played between the 20s primarily all night long, hasn't it?
Absolutely. Even the score came from outside that. But yeah. Rest of the field hasn't gotten a whole lot of wear tonight. But, well, I'll tell you, talk about 2 teams slugging it out, looking for their first victory. You can't ask anything more from the effort that these kids are putting out there tonight.
Zach, the sideline reporter up and running here tonight, John.
Yeah, I hope we have a bunch of people that are getting on there. There's some very good prizes out there.
Indeed. So the injured Colt making his way off the field under his own power. Blue Devil faithful in the crowd tonight, coming to life a little bit. Shenandoah Valley looking at a 4th and 1 at the Marian 45-yard line.
Well, Chaz, we talk about at the end of the game, we call the uplifting play of the game if they get a first down here.
Left to play in the third.
Not the longest run of the night by Kosar, but maybe the most significant, Chaz.
So let's see what the Blue Devils brass wants to pull up here.
Unofficially 8 first downs now for the Blue Devils.
So 1st and 10. Blue Devils consuming a large portion of the clock here in the third quarter, John.
This game going pretty quickly here, Chaz. All ground game for the most part.
Vivacious coming at us. Kosar looking to throw, but he's going to be gripped up quick, fast, and in a hurry. Breaking through the line to make the stop there. Robert Sunder was not going to be contained on that play, was he?
No, he certainly wasn't, and he just threw the defensive guard to the side and just kept going, and big-time sack for the Marian Colts.
So a loss of 5. You know, that play demonstrated some flexibility to innovate there, John, along that defensive line. The strength to rise and ability to get the job done. You know, Schuylkill County's fastest growing physical therapy provider is located in Pottsville, Orgsburg, Frackville, Pine Grove, and Gratz. That's Phoenix Physical Therapy, and that could be our flexible play of the game.
Absolutely. I mean, the flexibility of a guy outside. Oh, he just did it again.
Well, they kind of pushed Kosar back. He lost the football. It was on the ground. The Colts coming up with it. And boy, there's another entry into the Black Rock Trucks. Uplifting play of the game as John Malash just fell on the loose pig. And the Colts going to turn the Blue Devils away on a turnover this time, getting dandy field position at the Shenandoah Valley 48-yard line.
And it was Sunder coming like thunder and just forced him into that thing. And boy, they turned back what started out as a great drive here, Chaz.
That's the, 4th in this second half on that drive alone for the Blue Devils. The center to quarterback exchange not getting clean. Here comes Cerullo. Handoff this time is to Fenstermacher. Fenstermacher looking to get to the sideline. Turns on the Jets, and he's gone for a Colt touchdown. 48-yard jaunt to the house on one play, John.
Well, I got to tell you, Fenstermacher, in this second half, he's now carried the ball just twice, but he took off. He had it all going on that one, Chaz.
North Schuylkill on the board in Fountain Springs, tying the ball game at 7. Understand the Spartans move to a traditional running game in the second half here tonight, JP.
Wow, how about it, Chaz? And I'll tell you what, that was impressive because once he got outside, there was no stopping him.
So here comes Beloga on to attempt the point after and movement up front. Let's see where this is going to come. Will it be on the Blue Devils special teams or did the Colts jump? Little boy band music by the Blue Devil marching unit. Some bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
That would make Casey Owen dance whenever she heard it. Big fan of the boy bands, John.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Sponsored by Mac Tools, I think. Just saying.
So Beloga on to attempt the point after. Snap down, kick is up, and that one's good. So a 3:10 remaining here in the third quarter. It's Marian Catholic 10, Shenandoah Valley nothing. Back with more right after this on T102 Sports. Doing again tomorrow night when you and I travel to St. Clair for what could be the biggest matchup of the season. Nativity going to host Williams Valley. We'll be there for that one. But, John, our Sunbury Motors drive summary there for the Colts, pretty simple, right?
About 12 seconds, one play, 48 yards by Fenstermaker. Just took off. He has 2 carries here in the second half for 53 yards and a touchdown.
So Beloga will make his approach. Kick is on the way. Going to be fielded right around the 15-yard line. And coming out with it is going to be Jonathan Abreu. Abreu will roll to the 30. He gets knocked off his pins by the Colts' James Rodino.
I'll tell you, Rodino has been on a number of special plays here tonight.
Justin Reed working hard tonight, getting this thing out there for everybody to see.
And a biggie here again now, Chaz. You know, Shenandoah has again done pretty well, let's say from the 30 to the 30, but they just keep shooting themselves in the foot with mishandling a lot of center snaps tonight.
Kosar going to toss this time to Dunn. Dunn looking to get ahead of steam up the right side. Bounces off of one tackler and then steps out of bounds right around the 39-yard line. Pickup of 7 makes it 2nd down and 2. Don't forget to check Scoop News later for scores from around the region and Cole Region football.
A good run by Dunn again. They keep establishing themselves, Chaz, but just too many mistakes along the way.
So 2nd down, about 2 to go. Kosar going to set him down. 2 receivers, far side of the field. Movement up front. Let's see. It could be the Colts. Some encroachment there. Did the center flinch? Or is it going to be on Marian Catholic? It will be 5 yards against Marian Catholic and a Blue Devil first down.
I keep wondering if he changed his cadence because that's 3 times now we've seen that. And this time Sunder just tearing across there.
So now we have a whistle and a timeout. Is it going to be the officials or a team timeout?
Well, it's a first down regardless. 9th of the game. See what they're doing here.
The officials are going to take a timeout. They want to allow some cooler heads to prevail on that penalty there. 2:52. So 1st and 10 here for Shenandoah Valley. Kosar looking to go. Give again is the Dunn. Straight ahead running. First to contact there, Jesse Rodino. And we're going to have another injury timeout brought to us by Lehigh Valley Health Network. 2:43 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. It's Marian Catholic 10, Shenandoah Valley nothing. Back after this on T102 Sports.
rubber grass. Your community selected Phoenix is the proud winner of the 2020 Republican Herald Reader's Choice Award. Your life should be pain-free, filled with
10 seconds.
10-4.
School football on T102.
The injured Blue Devil player able to make his way off the turf under his own power. Shenandoah Valley will have a 2nd down and 9 here. The ball at the Blue Devil 45-yard line, trailing 10-0 to Marian Catholic.
It's always interesting when they make these kind of changes, if it will affect some handoffs and stuff like that, Chaz. They've struggled with that all night.
This time they're going to toss the football to Hunter Teeter. Teeter not able to turn upfield, will lose 3. We'll make it 3rd down and 12.
Well, they go to Teeter after the injury, and now going to have to step up and get something done here quickly, Chaz.
So, Devils will keep Teeter as the deep back. Kosar going to go under center now. 3rd and long. Give his to Teeter again, this time bouncing outside. And Hunter Teeter's off to the races. Down the near sideline, a shoulder down. Now will be pushed out of bounds. Catching up to him is Owen Brady. And Hunter Teeter with a big carry there for the Blue Devils, JP.
Boy, coming off the bench, did not get a carry in the first half up to this point. And gets hit for a loss the first time and then takes off.
So the football marked at the 24-yard line in Colt country.
"33-yard run by Teeter, and boy, that certainly made up for that first carry.
Got a little wrapped up. Nice assist there by Justin. 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils. 1:40 left to go here in this 3rd quarter, trailing by 10. Blue Devils rapping on the door of that Daywald and Lingle red zone. Kosar back to throw, going to get sacked.
Oh, who else?
That could be intentional grounding.
Goodness.
No, they're going to say it's incomplete. No flag on the play.
Wow. Oh.
Heavy pressure.
Heavy. Sunder has dominated this whole second half. I have to tell you, that big tackle has made running backs miserable. He's made the quarterback miserable. He's made the band miserable. And I think he made Matt Cardiff, who's keeping the clock here, a little miserable in this game. Matt doing a great job on the clock.
2nd down and 10 here for Shenandoah Valley. So Kosar under center again. Blue Devils have struggled when they've been this close. Now we have some flags and a false start going to be called here against the Blue Devils. And that's going to step them back 5. Boy, John, they've gotten here all night long.
Oh.
And when they do, it's a penalty that kind of moves the drive along.
A lot of pointing going on, but you're right, Chaz, going back 5. Critical, again, penalty. I mean, they cannot afford to do this. They haven't been effective down here. And to then turn another penalty can be a killer. Got to believe he's going to fire this thing up somewhere, Chaz. If he could just get some time. Neither quarterback been able to set their feet all night long.
2nd down and 15.
Nope.
Give is to Teeter again, straight ahead running right into that defensive front for Marian Catholic. Making the tackle is going to be James Rodino. Teeter picks up 2. It'll make it 3rd down and 13.
Well, a long way to go here again, Chaz. 3rd and 13. They got to the 24, close to the red zone again, and now they're back at 27.
3rd and long. Those are going to work out of the shotgun here, JP. 4 receivers. Wow, lots of hands all over the place.
They're going to throw.
Do you think it's coming?
Sunder, I think he's frothing at the mouth trying to get to him.
Kosar look left, has to come back to his right. A man wide open behind the defense off his outstretched arms. And that was Aaron Nickerson trying to haul that in. Can't get it. And it's 4th and long.
Boy, I'll tell you what, a well run pattern, just a little bit too far.
Boy, the Colts cheated the safety up in the middle there, JP. I think you thought they were going to see a draw coming there.
Yeah, well, the way the game's going, Chaz, that wouldn't have surprised anybody if they would have run the draw.
Timeout for the Colts. We'll join them. 43 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. It's Marian Catholic 10, Shenandoah Valley nothing. Back after this on T102 Sports. For the Blue Devils is going to be Vivacious. And, well, just like that, the Blue Devils have it 1st and goal.
And here they are, Vivacious, who had been shut out to this point. Second completion of the night for Kosar, but it couldn't have come at a better time. 10th first down.
Kosar ready to go, out from underneath, the handoff to Dunn, and he powers his way in. And the celebration ensues on the Blue Devil sideline.
Absolutely. It was good to see him come back into the game, and he, as you said, powers it in. He's done that all night long, Chaz.
So now the Blue Devils going to attempt the point after. Set up by a big pass play by Kosar to Vivacious. Kosar to attempt the point after, John. Another quarterback, defensive back.
How about it?
All over the field and kicking field goals as well. So the holder for the Blue Devils is going to be Vivacious. Shenandoah Valley shifting into field goal position. Snap comes back, a high snap. Kosar's kick attempt is up, and it's good. So with 8 seconds left in the third quarter, it's Marian Catholic 10, Shenandoah Valley 7. Back with more right after this on T102 Sports.
Your local high school football connection.
Blue Devils on the board. Brian Dunn rumbling in from a yard out. The extra point good. Let's take a look at that Sunbury Motors Company drive summary.
Well, a much-needed drive. Took 11 plays, Chaz, 2 minutes and 52 seconds, a total of 70 yards they traveled, 1 yard run by Dunn for the score. Kosar with the kick, but the big play, one of them, Teeter, 33-yard run, and the other, Vivacis, a 26-yard reception.
Radio fielded at about the 17-yard line, looking to bring the football on, not going down very easily. Forward progress will get him to the 27-yard line. So a 10-yard return. Don't forget, allow Sunbury Motor Company to demonstrate their commitment to excellence. SMC is where you want to be. So a 10-7. All of a sudden, John, we got ourselves a ball game. Some life to the near side, and that's going to close out the third quarter. Fourth period action coming up. The final 12 minutes up on the board at the turn. It's the Marian Colts 10, Shenandoah Valley 7. The old granddad is coming up next, right here on T102 Sports.
A lot of car dealers make it jump through a lot of hoops to qualify for a
That
new
a
or
shot
used
at me,
Carlo.
too, the old granddad.
Cosign this, verify that. Bring in 7
at EasyCreditCar.com. Like what you're hearing with high school football on T102? Check out the video stream to see it with Skook News.
Fenstemaker carries it 3 yards on first down out at the 29-yard line. Second down and 7 here. Cerullo under center. 10-7 ball game here as the fourth quarter's underway. Cerullo loads up. That's underthrown and intercepted. Intercepted by Kosar. He's looking for an escort down the far sideline. On his way, Kosar is at the 5 and pushed out of bounds around the 3-yard line. And the Blue Devils will have it first and goal off a defensive turnover.
Wow, a great interception. And boy, he turned it into a terrific run. Chaz, about 50 yards on the return of the interception. You talk about uplifting, Chaz. It may just reached right up and got these Blue Devils where they want to be.
That could be the Black Rock Trucks and Equipment. Jothers Automotive uplifting play of the game. Just like getting your car care needs met in one facility at Black Rock Trucks and Jothers Automotive. Check out the uplifting experience that Black Rock Trucks and Jothers can give you at either Black Rock Trucks and Equipment or Jothers Automotive on Facebook. So first and goal for Shenandoah Valley. I think they give it to hole number 42 here, JP.
Oh, I think so. Get the job done.
Movement.
Oh,
Let's see if that's on the Blue Devils. There was some scooting around there. It is delay of game.
Well, and I'll tell you, you knew it was against the Blue Devils when you saw offensive tackle and somebody else smacking their heads.
Well, John, what do you think? We should put 5 minutes on the clock here? Grandma's Restaurant fan of the game?
Let's do that. 5 minutes on the clock. Register on the Facebook fan page, T102. Chance to win the spin on the wheel, but you got plenty of time to visit. All new Grandma's Restaurant. Grandma's new menu, but you can always come back to the best in comfort food. Hot turkey, hot roast beef sandwiches daily. Homemade pot pie on Tuesdays or mac and fish Fridays. Grandma's burgers are homemade every day, too. Open Thursday through Saturday with pickup and delivery available. Just call Grandma at 570-628-5178. Check it out, fan of the game. Get on the page.
Dunn was bottled up, bounced off a lineman, and then bounced to the outside, picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 5.
Well, I'll tell you, the penalty hurt again, but go back to Dunn, see what you can get done, and they continue to knock on the door down there.
Kosar out from underneath again. Not a clean exchange. Center to quarterback, and the Colts have the football. Another turnover here on that quarterback center snap. And Marian Catholic will get the football back, 1st and 10. However, they are deep in Colt territory.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a toughie. And again, we've seen that so often tonight. I'm sure Ed Moran will be working on that instantly, but a lot of problems with the exchange from center to quarterback.
So 10-7, Marian out in front. And Cerullo back to work. Out from underneath. Fenstermaker going again. Looks to have a first down. Tiptoe on the sideline. Did he stay in bounds? No.
Oh.
No. he kept looking back, waiting to hear a whistle.
You keep going till you hear the whistle.
Let's see where they're going to say he stepped out of bounds.
What a job by Fenstermaker here in this second half. Chaz did not have a carry in the first half, and just ripping it up here for these Marian Colts.
He's at the 24-yard line. So the Colts run it out of the shadow of their end zone. John, give himself a little breathing room here.
Yeah, big first down for them and another great run.
Cerullo checks the defense. Again, going to give it to Fenstermacher. And again, he slips through the line of scrimmage. Fenstermacher on his way, and Jake's going to carry the football down to about the Blue Devil 38-yard line. So, boy, this cat's certainly showing life, and the Colts have some ponies in the stable.
Oh, they certainly do. Going back to what they do best.
A timeout on the field. We'll take 1-2. 9:54 left to play here in the fourth quarter. It's Marian Catholic 10, Shenandoah Valley 7. Back with more right after this on T102 Sports. Have the running game in gear a little bit here in the second half.
We certainly do. I mean, runs of 5, 48, 3, 19, and that last one, 38. I mean, can't do much better than that and get your ground game going.
Big Fenstermaker on the carry. A little warmer, John, this week than it was last week, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, it was a chill pill last week. But it's supposed to be a beautiful day again tomorrow, Chaz, and we'll be together all day.
Yeah, we'll start at 9 a.m. on Sports Saturday. Tim Savage, along with Paul Babinski, going to join us on the program. Williams Valley and Mono area represented between 9 and 10 on AM 1360 and 106 FM. And here's Cerullo getting some running room and sprinting down to about the 26-yard line. Picks up 12 on that tote.
And, you know, most of the night, there were a couple times Cerullo did try to roll out a little bit to throw it, but most of these are planned runs. These are not pass patterns that are breaking down now. This is what they want to do, 10th first down unofficially.
3 games on the network tomorrow. The first at 2 p.m. on AM 1360, 106 FM, WPPA. Monoy area travels to Minersville. Then tomorrow night at 7 o'clock here on T102, Williams Valley and Nativity will mix it up. WPPA tomorrow, a 6:10 kickoff. Pottsville and Lehighton as Owen Brady gets the carry here. Brady will work the football ahead for a pickup of about 3. It'll make it 2nd down and 7. Brady had a big first half.
Yeah, 9 carries for 45 yards in the first half. That is his first carry of the second half, and picking his spots and getting a quick 3. Getting close to that red zone again, Chaz.
Knocking on the door, go the Colts. I will say, though, John, regardless of what happens here without losing a whole bunch of ground, the Colts are in field goal territory.
Oh, they sure are. I think they were when they crossed midfield, for goodness sake.
Give again as to Brady. Looks left, now tries to cut back right. Slips out of another tackle there, still spinning. The Blue Devils trying to pull the football loose from Brady.
Boy, it never took him down. About 7 guys on him and couldn't take him to the ground.
And forward progress will mark him at the 19. So now Marian Catholic officially in that Daywald and Lingle red zone. Things might be heating up again for the Colts. Just like that full line of Harmon and Heat and Glow fireplaces and pellet stoves available at Daywald and Lingle Hardware along Long Run Road in Friedensburg.
When they get this far, Chaz, there's no reason to throw the ball unless they have some kind of trick play. They have proven that they can control that line, and they're picking up 12, 4, 19. I mean, they have dominated that line play, and the backs are certainly rolling it up here in the second half.
3rd down and 3. Give it again to Brady. This time he's going to be caught by Migliacchio. That's going to be a loss on the play of 2. Makes it 4th down and 5 here for the Colts. On the near hash, do they elect to go for it here, JP, or are they going to try another field goal?
I think they're going to go, but, boy, I'll tell you, Chaz, well, I don't know. I think it's a better thing to go here, try to get the first down. Their defense is playing pretty well. Yeah, you go for it here.
So 4th and 5. Big play for the Blue Devil defense. Could this be a statement play for Shenandoah Valley's defense? Or did the Colts put the exclamation point on what they've been up to lately? Maker back in the backfield. They're going to toss to him going left. Pressure coming, and he's got the corner. He turns the Jets on, and he's gone for a Marian touchdown. 21 yards in all, and the Colts back on the board.
I want to know where they were hiding this guy in the first half, because he has dominated this second half, every aspect of the game, carrying the ball. It's like Sasquatch, you never see him. Second half, he shows up, and he tears you apart.
So the extra point to come here. I guess we know why Stan wasn't going for the field goal, right, JP?
Yeah, that kind of makes sense now.
So some personnel work here for Marian Catholic. As Beloga will drop back to try and put this one through. Snap comes back, placement down, kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 6:18 left to play here in the fourth quarter, it's Marian Catholic 17, Shenandoah Valley 7. Back after these words on T102 Sports and Skook News. Zach Larry tonight. Maybe they were trying to practice social distancing on Facebook, but there's a whole lot of people interested in going to Grandma's for dinner, that's for sure. Check that contest out as it keeps coming to a close here, but the Colts back on the board again. This Jake Fenstermaker's got some jets as he takes it in from 21 yards out for a touchdown. Extra point good. 17-7. Marian leading Shenandoah Valley. And what's our Sunbury Motors Drive summary look like on that one?
Well, stayed on the ground, ran 4 minutes off the clock, but just 7 plays. Total yardage on that drive, Chaz, 95-yard drive. Cross Fenstermaker, 21-yard. Touchdown run, his second touchdown of the game. And that puts him up big time.
Yowza. Beloga's kick lands in the end zone this time for a touchback. No return for Shenandoah Valley. They'll come out trailing by 10 with 6:18 left to play here in the fourth quarter.
What a leg on this young man. Very impressive, Chaz. We've seen some good kickers over the past couple years, but this guy's right near the top of the list of the guys we've seen.
Let's see what the Blue Devil brass has up their sleeve here, John. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Blue Devils. Kosar will survey what's going on defensively for Marian. And the football's loose again, and guess what, John? The Colts fall on top one more time.
Well, I got to tell you, Sunder's been in the Blue Devil backfield more than any of the running backs for the Blue Devils.
This time it was Roland Melendez falling on the football.
Oh, okay. Sunder just, he is just throwing people around.
Yeah, Sunder's knocking the center right off his wickets here, John.
Oh my.
He is giving the center fits, and Kosar hasn't been able to see the ball coming back.
No, not his fault. I mean, they're on top of him so quickly, it's unbelievable.
It could be a tight race tonight for that Aaron's Sales and Lease Defensive Player of the Game or the Savage 61 lineman of the game here, John.
Oh, you got that right.
There's Cerullo rolling out to his left. Has a first down, still on his feet. Inside the 5, carrying the pile with him. Rugby scrum ensues. Whistle finally blows. That was an old-fashioned gang tackle right there, JP.
That's a scrum. I expected them to squirt the ball out and see somebody going the other way.
Actually, officially, let's see where they spot this football. 4-yard line, John. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 4.
16 yards. Pick up another first down. Again, unofficially 11 for the game for these Colts, as their ground game very, very impressive tonight.
John Shaner's Blue Devil marching unit entertaining the crowd here.
Sounded good.
The Colts taking their time here, JP. They better watch they're not falling into a delay a game here.
It's going to be close.
Cerullo ready to go. Hard count. Devils not falling for it. Out from underneath the give. Fenstermaker again. That left side wide open and in for another Colt touchdown. And boy, Marian's running game has taken over this second half. They now lead at 23-7 with 5:24 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Fenstermaker has had just an incredible second half. That's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the second half.
So Beloga out to put another one up. Colts lacking 1. Player running on late here. So let's see, the snap comes back. It's not on target, but it is a quick put down by Brady. And Beloga handing another one through. It's 24-7. Marian Catholic leading Shenandoah Valley. Back after this on T102 Sports, WAVT Pottsville.
On T102.
Quick drive summary by Sunbury Motor Company, John, as the Colts dancing in the end zone once again.
Yeah, 48 seconds. He only had to go 20 yards. It was 2 plays. Fensmaker takes it in for his 3rd rushing touchdown. How about this number, Chaz? He has 7 carries for 138 yards, all in the second half.
Wow. So let's see. Beloga's had a couple of touchbacks here tonight.
Well, somebody warned him in Ringtown. That's maybe where this ball ends up.
He's got to get it up and over the Shen Pen, though, first, John. This is going to be off the hands of a Blue Devil returner. Abreu will pick it up at the 4. Sprints out, can get to the 15 and no more. And that's where Shenandoah Valley will get it back, trailing 24-7 with 5:14 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Well, dominating second half here by the Marian Colts. I mean, Shenandoah did get a touchdown, but I have to tell you, I've been very impressed with the ground game of these Marian Colts. It wasn't really necessary for Cirillo to throw the ball very often, and he didn't.
So 1st and 10 here for Shenandoah Valley. Don't forget Mark Michaels and all the family of dealership scoreboard updates tonight.
The Velvet Voice.
Don't forget, you can catch him on Cellar Full of Noise. And I'm going to go to Teeter this time. And Teeter might have picked up 1. Into the middle of that. It's done on the carry. Teeter was in the mix there trying to lead block. Dunn only picks up 1. North Schuylkill and Blue Mountain tied at 14 in the fourth quarter. Tamaqua out in front of Riverside, 44-14. Jim Thorpe has a 16-9 lead on Pine Grove. Hazelton area leading Tunkhannock 14-7 at the half.
Tamaqua team, after advancing last year, a lot of people, well, they have to rebuild. I think they just reloaded.
Wow, Kosar trying to hand the football off. Nothing doing there. Sunder, along with John Malash, in on the sack. Loss on the play of about 3. We'll make it 3rd down, actually 4, 3rd down and 13.
Well, I don't know how many times I'm going to talk about this Sunder young man tonight, but he has ripped the Devils' offensive line asunder. Just very impressive.
Schuylkill Haven, after falling to Monterey area last week, leading Panther Valley 30-6, John, in the fourth quarter.
Well, you needed that young team there for the Hurricanes.
Kozar in the gun, looking to throw. Has some receivers going downfield, looking to get to the safety valve underneath. This one's going to be intentional grounding. And if so, boy, he was inside the 5-yard line when he left it go.
But an incompletion. Lost it down.
Yep. And it'll be a spot foul from the point where he left it rip. And it's from the spot. And that will be marked at the 2-yard line. Whew. And it'll be 4th down. So Kozar going to have to punt it away. Heels on the end line here out of bounds in the back of the end zone.
You going to come after him, Chaz? You bet. Here they come. Oh,
Colts almost get a piece of it. Don't put anybody back to return it. Punt going to take a Blue Devil roll out to the 46-yard line. And the Colts will get the football back with 3:21 remaining here in the fourth quarter and a 24-7 lead.
And who almost got the block, Chaz, with that big paw up there? Sunder came very close to getting a block on that.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Colts.
And you got to believe, Chaz, they're just going to go back to their run game now. Comfortable lead here for the Colts as they've really dominated this second half. Again, Shenandoah Valley did make it into the end zone, but The rest of this second half has been all Colts.
Cerulo brings him to the line. Climbs under center, 1st and 10. Out from underneath. Going to hand off to the deep back. And that's going to be Jaden Furman, a 5'4", 140-pound freshman, John. Picks up 1 to the 45.
You're going to get players in now. I mean, we saw some other players come in, and they certainly are starting to hand the ball to a bunch of different people because, you know, I say it so often, it's a long season. You want to get these guys carries, and especially in a game like this. They're going to take their good old time in the huddle, run them all down.
So 2nd down and 9 here for the Colts. This time they give to the up back. And a big gain on 2nd down and 9. I believe it's James Rodino carrying the football. He moves it to the Shenandoah Valley 34.
Another first down again, unofficially 12 first downs, and now Rodino with the carry as they continue to spread that ball around here, especially with this big lead. And Stan's going to get a W tonight.
Cerulo juggling the snap and in trouble going backwards. Not a whole lot of room there as Kosar comes up to make the tackle. They'll give him progress at the 39, but it will be a loss of 5 and bring it to 2nd down and 15.
Well, you're still looking at two teams waiting for so many different players to mature here, Chaz, but tonight the Marian Colts with an inspired second half are going to come away with the victory here.
So 2nd down and 15, and Marian in no real hurry, JP, to do much of anything.
I think we'll see this one, possibly one more.
Tell you what, a lot of youngsters out there for the Colts right now.
There sure are.
So Cerulo going to take a knee.
Good job.
Let's see, do the Blue Devils want a timeout? I don't think so. I think Ed Moran just saying, let's let it roll.
Yeah, I think that's how it's going to end up here, Chaz, but a real nice victory for these Marian Colts.
3rd down, 30 seconds left to go. Cerulo again will take a knee, and that's going to do it here tonight. As Marian Catholic's going to defeat Shenandoah Valley, Stan DeCosti's first win in his return to the sideline. Win number 311 for Stan. As the final score in this one, Marian Catholic 24, Shenandoah Valley 7. Coming up, we'll have the MI Windows and Doors post-game show right here on T102 Sports.
Having trouble trying to figure out
The MI Windows and Doors post-game show on the air tonight is much scores coming in as finals already, John. Our 3 games here tonight that we've covered. North Schuylkill, Blue Mountain going to overtime at 14 all. But don't forget, MI Windows and Doors, the clear choice. There's a lot goes on behind their windows. And here tonight, there was a lot going on in this second half for the Marian Colts to propel them to victory 24-7.
Yeah, and there were just a lot of miscues that were caused by the Marian Colts, especially in that second half, as they wreaked havoc on the front line and the quarterback for the Shenandoah Valley Blue Devils. They just penetrated so often and made their life miserable and shut down that running game in the second half. But a very impressive display by the defense of Marian. And, of course, Fenstermaker comes in the second half and just tears it up, Chaz.
Indeed he did, John. Well, let's talk here on our post-game show. You know, have you ever dreamed big about getting the full experience with your car, truck, or SUV?
All the time.
Well, your dreams are now reality at Black Rock Trucks and Equipment and Joe Thurs Automotive, because they can handle your repairs, customization, or luxury features all under one roof. From roof to rubber and bumper to bumper, no job is too big or too small. Make your way to 109 Fireman's Road in Frackville. And, John, let's talk about what you felt was our Black Rock Truck and Equipment, Joe Thurs Automotive, uplifting play of the game.
It had to be Jacob Fenstermaker's run. Pretty close game, and they get the ball back on the first play from scrimmage. He goes 48 yards for a touchdown, uplifting because Marian just carried it out from there.
Well, John, you know, we take a look at everything that went on in this ball game, and Fenstermaker making his mark now in Colt backfield lore, as he's just a junior, and you know he had an impressive second half. Owen Brady having an impressive first half.
Correct.
But then Stan DeCoste still trying to mix and match the pieces with this young team. He told us, you know, in that interview in the pregame show, a lot of these kids haven't played football in a long time, and he's still trying to figure out where the pieces fit together.
Yeah, and as the game went on, and you saw Stan, he kept going back. The running game was doing so well, and I mentioned Cirillo very often. In the first half, he looked to throw a little bit more, but after that, it pretty much was planned running play. But Stan's kids will come along, and so will Ed's kids. It's going to happen, Chaz, but a lot of miscues. We talked about the young kids on both sides, but you saw a lot of the inexperience, I think, really affected the Shenandoah Blue Devils on offense. A lot of miscues there, which led to penalties and then fumbling of the ball and so on, and that just killed them in the long run.
John, life is about motion, so orthopedic injuries are just a part of life. Phoenix Physical Therapy helps you rise to new heights after an injury by creating a program focused on you. With direct access, you can easily schedule an appointment at one of their convenient locations in Pottsville, Orwigsburg, Frackville, Pine Grove, or Gratz. At Phoenix, you can recover, recharge, and rise. Visit PhoenixPhysicalTherapy.com to schedule your physical therapy visit. What do you see as the Phoenix Physical Therapy flexible play of the game?
Well, I got to tell you, Bob Dussel there at Phoenix would be very, very impressed with the flexible play of the game. Had to be the leg of Mike Bogola. He kicked a 47-yard field goal, but even beyond that, that was the flexible play. But all night long, kicking the ball into the end zone, punting, just terrific. So the Joe Thurs Automotive, Black Rock Trucks, flexible play of the game is Phoenix, is Mike Bogola. It was Jacob Fenstermaker with the Black Rock Trucks, Joe Thurs Automotive, uplifting play of the game.
Well, JP, it's been a busy night. On the tire iron, I mean gridiron. Your pens are almost out of ink and stuff. So let's open up that toolbox of yours once again and find who turned the wrenches and was torqued up with our final numbers. You know, they're not just tools, they're Mac tools, backed by great service from John Chirico. give John a call at 570-582-3776.
Well, I have the tool to get that done right now. Let's look at the Shenandoah Valley Blue Devils. Kosar with 10 carries for 30 yards. Done. Great night for that young man. 19 carries, 137 yards, and a touchdown. Teeter had 3 runs for 32 yards, total of 32 carries for just about 200 yards. Throwing the ball, Kosar 2 for 11 for 32 yards. Nickerson with a catch for 6. Vivacious with 1 catch for 26 yards for the winning Colts. Fenstermaker all in the second half. 7 carries, 138 yards. Owen Brady, you mentioned, had the big first half. He ended with 12 carries, 50 yards. Cirillo on the night, 13 carries, 67 yards. Fritzik, 1 carry for 6 yards. Rodino, 1 for 11. Furman, 1 for 1. Total of 31 carries, 275 yards. Cirillo 0 for 4, so nothing there. Throwing the balls unofficially to Marian Colts with 12 first down. Shenandoah with 11.
Well, I guess it's time to talk about some players that have done great things on the gridiron tonight. And let's start with our Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram lineman of the game. It's your first call when your credit has you on the sidelines. They're Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership. And who'd you like in the trenches tonight?
Well, when you see that kind of yardage piled up, you know that the line's doing a great job. And on the offensive side of it tonight, Robert Sunder, and I mentioned his name all night on the defensive side of it. So Robert Sunder from the Marian Colts is our Savage 61 lineman of the game.
Well, at Aaron's, the big score gets you started. This player prevented a big score tonight. Who's our Aaron Sales and Lease defensive player of the game?
I didn't think there was much question about Roland Melendez, his ability to control that line. He also had a fumble recovery out of his defensive tackle spot. So he's the Aaron Sales and Lease defensive player of the game.
Well, it may not be a mystery when we announce who our TB Landscaping player of the game is tonight. And just like TB Landscaping turns your property into the all-star of your neighborhood, this player brought their A game tonight, certainly elevated it in that second half, JP.
Yeah, and this doesn't happen too often when the player of the game had all of it happen in the second half, Chaz. That's how outstanding this young man was tonight. Jacob Fenstermaker, 7 carries, 138 yards, 3 TDs. One of those a 21-yard run, a 4-yard run, but of course the big one was the 48-yard run that put Marian in the driver's seat.
Well, John, we got to thank Mark Michaels back there at Chaos Central. Not sure if it's Jay Skook, Justin. We'll just leave it at that.
Our man Justin.
Our man Justin.
There you
Scoop
go.
News providing video with the audio this evening here from Shenandoah Valley, and all our fine sponsors, and of course the listener at home and now on Facebook and the internet viewing the game and hearing us. But we've got a couple games yet to go tomorrow. There's
busy day.
3 games around the network tomorrow. 2 o'clock, you and I will be sitting in Minersville when the Mono Area Golden Bears come into town to face the Battling Miners. Tomorrow night, we take time to head to St. Clair, where there's a big one brewing in St. Clair. Nativity BVM hosting Williams Valley here on T102 tomorrow night. Game 1 at 2 o'clock will be on WPPA, AM 1360, 106 FM. They'll have a doubleheader tomorrow on WPPA as Matt Freiler, filling in for Ed Benashunas, will team with Bernie Forgotch and head to Lehighton, where the Crimson Tide of Pottsville will face the Indians. That's a 6:10 kickoff. The Tom McGoey Show on AM 1360, 106 FM at 5:30.
And if you'd like to join us tomorrow at 9 a.m., Chaz, where are we going to be?
No, we'll be on WPPA, AM 1360, 106 FM.
Do I get to go home this week?
WPPA Sports Saturday. Are you kidding? You've been praying to have a weekend like this. But anyway.
Hey, yeah, choir practice.
Tomorrow we'll have Tim Savage on the program. We'll also have Paul Babinski, the head coach of the Golden Bears, tomorrow morning between 9 and 10 on Sports Saturday. We'll also take a look at what happened tonight in high school football. And speaking of that, Mark Michaels has your scores tonight on T102 with the Rinaldi family of dealership updates. And Justin will have it posted on Scoop News at some point this evening. But he's got a lot to clean up here, that's for sure.
He sure does, but we couldn't do it without those great people back at the station.
Well, John, that's going to do it for us tonight here from Shenandoah Valley. Marian Catholic victorious 24-7. And you heard it all right here on T102 Sports.